What the hell's going on, man? 75 cents. How much were these to produce?
That shit's
How much
funny.
were these, huh? Were these another one of those famous?
Those are like 2 cents, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say $2, but since the Gucci's was like 70-something cents, these gotta be 2 cents, bro. If you like what you're wearing and you feel good with what you're wearing, wear that shit. Don't wear it because other people are gonna validate you because it looks like the thing that you should wear, or it looks like the thing that makes you expensive or makes you valuable. How about you be a valuable person, right? Step into the true nature of who you are, which is your authentic self. When you step into your authentic self and you are true with who you actually are, that's what makes you a valuable person, not the shit that you put on. I'm not saying by any means that you shouldn't go buy gooey, what the fuck, gooey. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go buy Gucci, Louis, Chanel, whatever the fuck it is, right? I'm just saying that don't make that who you are. Don't make that shit your personality, right? Be who you are, value who you are without the stuff, okay? So much so that when you put that Chanel on, it's you that makes the Chanel look good. It's not the Chanel that makes you look good. Don't let that go over your head. What is good? Diamond Dynasty, baby. Y'all already know what's going on in this video today. Today, man, as you guys can tell by the title of this video, what we're gonna be reacting to: China exposes luxury brands as trade war with Trump escalates. Okay, I have been seeing this, well, not this particular video, but I've been seeing people talking about this China being exposed with these luxury and designer brands. So I wanted to take a gander, I wanted to take a look and see for myself what is going on here. I purposely did not watch anything on it because I want to know what they're talking about, all right? So without further ado, make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their Aunt Jemima, tell their Uncle Joe, he's still a hoe. Let's get right into the video. Also, if you want to see my reaction to a certain video, if you feel like it's a lit video, DM me, message me at THEDIAMONDLIFE888 on Instagram, all right? And I might just react to that video. So let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what's going on, y'all.
You telling me that my Louis Vuitton and my other few designer bags are made in China? Listen, I ain't even mad at it. I ain't even mad. I'm mad I spent this much money on these bags.
I mean, you gotta be honest with yourself, bro. Like, designer things and shit like that, to be honest, bro, like having designer things and having purchased designer things for women and things like that, right? You just see that the shit that's supposed to be quality, for one, sometimes do not be quality. The stitching be fucked up sometimes really easily. They can be very uncomfortable, right? The shoes in particular. Why do these shoes cost $1,000, but they fucking uncomfortable, bruh? You know what I'm saying? And then also, you gotta also keep in mind, how much money do you think these brands put into creating this shoe, creating this material, creating this shirt, creating these pants? Probably $50. $50. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day, I used to work for a shoe store, right? Finish Line. Shout out to Finish Line. You know what I'm saying? I used to work at Finish Line. And just to see the markup on these shoes and how much they really cost to make the actual shoe, I'm talking about a couple dollars to make sometimes. A couple dollars to about 20 bucks to make, but they're taxing $220 on the shoe, bruh. You know what I'm saying? So, this happens all the time. This happens all the time. And the only reason why some of these people can't replicate to the T is because they will get sued. But a lot of these replica companies that replicate your favorite Yeezys, your favorite Jordans, all of this shit, bruh, they could replicate that shit to the T. Even down to the jewelry, Rolexes, all of this shit, they can replicate to the T. They just don't do it because they know that they would go to jail for that. I'm pretty sure that's a felony, right? So they have to make the stitching maybe not as precise, right? They can't use the LV the way that Louis Vuitton actually does, because they get sued. Gucci same way, right? But don't be fooled into thinking that fucking Yao Ming over here on the side would give him a day and a half with a sewing machine and he can make your Yeezys for you, bruh. Don't get it twisted. Don't think that they can't. They can, right? It's our dumbasses who are still making these designer brands and luxury brands rich off of something that Yao Ming is making, right, for $5 to $20. You know what I'm saying? So just know that, man. Just know that.
They're saying that Birkins are being made in China. You already know that Louis Vuitton, Gucci, Chanel,
Givenchy,
everybody
all of them
else is being made in China.
And do y'all not think these luxury brands are smart enough to know that, oh, I could just outsource my shit to China, right? Do y'all think that they want to make the most profit or the least profit? They want to make the most profit and not tell you about it, right? Now, all of this information is alleged. I wasn't in the factory. I'm not in the factory where these Louis Vuittons and Gucci's and Chanel's are being made. I'm not there. So I can't say for 100% certainty that what this alleged information is true. I can't say that. But I can say that I could believe it. It's believable in this land of the free, home of the brave, called America. Right? We be doing the most underhanded shit to squeeze out as much profit as we can get here in America, bro. We ain't got no fucking morals. It's cash and money over morals. That's the land of the free right here, baby. United States of America, welcome. Welcome. So come on, bro. Come on, man.
I am never impressed by all the money that people spend on these bags. Never be impressed, baby. Never be impressed, because
as she eats her McDonald's nuggets.
Your bag, our bags, was made in China.
One bag costs 6,150 from the boutique. The other 300 made by me.
Have you guys seen that TikTok video that the Chinese guy posted about exposing how luxury goods are made? Basically, most of the luxury brands we use every day are made in China, then shipped to Europe and sold to consumers at a premium. A wedding ring that we can buy for $2, they turn it into $2,000. China is the world's largest processing plant.
Let me also say, there's some chains that I be seeing these rappers wear, right? We be seeing the real chain and the fake chain. And I'll be watching these videos sometimes, right? They'll pop up and they'll say, oh, which one is the real chain? Which one is the fake chain, right? Shit. The moissanite, right? The moissanite, which is a diamond look-alike, but it's not the real thing. The moissanite diamonds hit harder than the real diamonds. A lot of the times the moissanite looks better than the real diamonds, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I see the Yeezys, right? I'll see the Yeezys, or I'll see like another designer or whatever. They'll put the fake one and they'll put the real one. Sometimes I can't tell the fucking difference. At this point, give me the fake one for $5, bitch. Give me 20 of them. You know what I'm saying? Versus one of them. So, you know, the way that they are getting our asses is just fucking wild, bro. It's wild. That's why if I'm not going nowhere, which I don't even go out like I used to, bro. I used to party all the time and everything, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't really go out or do anything, right? I'm in nature. If I'm not in nature, I'm recording videos. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching the stock market. I'm trading crypto and shit like that. I don't really do anything. I don't care to do anything. I just don't want to do anything but take my life to the next level, right? I just want to evolve in every single way. I could give a fuck about going out, partying, clubbing, showing up to a spot draped out. I don't give a fuck about any of that. I've been there, done that. You know what I'm saying? I've been there, done that. And no disrespect to anybody who feels like they need to do that, but I'm not in that season, right? I wear black tees all the time. My favorite thing to wear is black tees. Why? Because I ain't even got to think about what to wear. Nigga, put a black tee on. You know what I'm saying? Keep it moving. Right? All we doing is going outside, looking at some fucking nature and shit. We walking the trails, we working out. You know what I'm saying? We filming these videos for y'all. We watching the stock market, we watching crypto, we making trades, we doing shit like that. Nigga, what the fuck? What do I need to wear anything else for? Right? Now, of course, if I'm going out and I'm doing something which I rarely ever do, then okay. Right? But nigga, I'm black tea all day. Black tea all day. I think it was Bill Gates. I believe it was Bill Gates who said he wears the same shit every day. Why? Because that's one less decision that he has to make, and he needs all of his mental faculties. He said that's one less decision that he has to make. Imagine how much time we take trying to figure out what we're finna wear today, right? What are we finna wear today? Sometimes you change outfits because that didn't look right, and then you change it because that didn't look right, that didn't feel right. And I'm not trying to say only wear one thing. That's not the point that I'm trying to make. I'm just saying, bro, the way that they make us believe that we need to have designer, we need to have luxury and able to feel of value when we have all came into this existence, and we have all come into this world of value, not high value, not low value. We are all of value, of value, right? And we don't need a Louis Vuitton bag to make us more valuable. Just because you got a Louis Vuitton bag, just because Lady A has a Louis Vuitton bag does not make her any more valuable than the lady B who doesn't have a Louis Vuitton bag, who has a Walmart bag. That doesn't make her less valuable. Yet that's how we act. That's how we feel. That's how society wants to make us think. And that's the furthest thing from the truth, right? The furthest thing from the truth. Let your character define you. Let your spirit define you. Let your soul define you. Let your kindness define you, right? Let your strength, your courage define you, right? Don't let the things that you wear and the shit that you attain and the place that you live and the car that you drive, don't let that shit define you. You're so much more valuable than that, all right?
Plant. You buy Gucci, 80% is made in China. Prada, 60% is made in China. Even Chanel, Fendi, Louis Vuitton, Adidas, Nike, etc. The only difference here is that China sends them to Europe and they put some little label on them that says made in France, made in Italy. It's ridiculous. While people are still criticizing H&M for being cheap and of poor quality, those expensive and good products that you think are made in France and Italy are actually from China.
It ain't no way we been getting finessed like this, y'all. And China just exposed it all.
I don't know why people are so surprised though. Come on. Like,
so boom.
How you
Americans
surprised?
out here dropping 800, 1200, and even 4,000 and more on designer clothes, thinking it's all luxury, all high quality clothes, the high end stuff. But China just pulled the curtain back and showed the world that most of the stuff is made in the same factories with material that costs a fraction of the price.
Facts.
So we're talking shoes that cost $30 to make.
I just talked about that.
In the US for $700.
I just told y'all that.
And we're talking hoodies that cost $10 to make. That's being sold for over $300. And jeans that cost $50 to make.
Just
that's
dumb.
being sold for $500 to $1,000. That's not high end. That's robbery, y'all. And this is the crazy thing.
It ain't robbery if you're willingly purchasing it, right? You're willingly taking your money and purchasing it. You robbed yourself.
This is not even new. A lot of people just been blind to it.
It's not
They
new.
think it just because it got a fancy label, that means it costs more. In reality, that just means the markups is better. China
That's facts.
basically said, here y'all go. Now y'all better act like you know. And now everybody mad.
I'm telling you, when I had seen the watch, I watched this dude named Producer Michael, right? So when I watched his video, Producer Michael is known for all of his dope ass watches and shit. So a related video popped up, right? And it was a Rolex video, because Producer Michael has a whole shitload of nice ass Rolexes. Rolex video pops up and it's them going to the jeweler, right? There's a fake, they call it a what they call a Rolex, super replica or some shit like that. I forgot what it's called, but it's a really, really close replica of an actual Rolex. And for this replica Rolex, it does cost a couple $100s, right? You're not gonna just get it for $100, $50. It's a couple $100s, right? But the fact that the jeweler couldn't even tell which one was which, right? A jeweler would actually have to go inside and look at the technology and look at the actual movement of the watch. And even then, it was very hard to decipher which was real and which was fake. So y'all have to understand, man, just because, like he said, just because it says Gucci or Rolex or Fendi, Prada, Louis, bruh, it does not mean that it didn't cost $2 to make. Doesn't mean that it didn't cost $20 or $200 to make, but they're marking it up to 5,000, 100 grand, 50 grand, bruh. You know what I'm saying?
They not mad at China. They mad at the brands that been overpricing this stuff they've been buying. They mad at the brands that they've been worshiping. They seeing now. They were never buying quality.
But you know, us in America, we're used to this type of shit. What are we used to in America? Lies. Right? America was built off of lies. We still celebrate Christopher Columbus Day and he ain't discovered shit. How you gonna discover a place that people was already there? America was built off lies, bro. 333. Look at this shit. Divine timing, bro. Come on, divine timing. America was built off lies. So why is this any different? Same shit when I went to Hollywood. I went to California for the first time. I went to LA for the first time, and I was like, oh man. I remember in Hollywood when I was watching on TV, Hollywood was all glitz and glam, right? And I was just like, man, it's gonna be so dope to go to Hollywood. I can't wait to go to Hollywood. Man, I went to Hollywood. I said, what the fuck is this? What is this? This is what I saw in the movies. This is Hollywood? Dirty, dusty, ashy. The only cool part about Hollywood was seeing the fucking stars on the street, on the sidewalk, right? But it was so dusty, dirty, shabby. I'm like, what the fuck is this? And then LA, all glitz and glam and everything. And then you see the homelessness is out of fucking control. So the way that our society controls our perception and manipulates, right, our perception and attention is just crazy. And this is just another one of their manipulation tactics. All right? Then they pay these rappers, artists, influencers, celebrities, thousands of dollars, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars, sometimes millions of dollars to sell an image of, oh, if you don't have this and you don't have that, you are not valuable. And that's why there's so much depression going on nowadays, because we have this thing called social media. One of the things in social media that we have is called Instagram. Almost everybody has an Instagram, and they're constantly looking at other people's Instagrams, comparing their lives and saying, why don't I have this? Why don't I have that? Why don't I have the Lamborghini? Why? Right? Damn, I'm not valuable. Why don't I deserve this? When you deserve to feel valuable, whether you have something or you don't. That's the truth. That's the truth. We're gonna watch a little bit more and we're gonna cut this shit out, man.
They were buying status, and they finally waking up. All of this happened because of this
buying status, right?
People would have never knew, or some people was really too blind to even notice the fact. But now everything is front and center for everybody to see.
For years, you know, I like nice stuff.
Mr. Crier, what you doing on here, man? Mr. Crier, what you doing on here, man? Hey, what up? What up? You done made it. You done made it to the damn China luxury brand fucking TikTok compilation. Shout out to you, man. I hope all is well.
Just like everybody else, I like to look good. You know, I'm an older man, so of course I got to keep my game right.
Okay.
And I thought I was really like, you know, making myself feel good, because for the first time in my life, you know, after what I went through in my life, you know, I feel like I was on the come up.
Okay.
I feel like I was leveling up in life, you know. And so as time went on, I started buying Gucci, all kind of designer stuff, man. This is just
because you
this
could.
ain't even trying to boast, man.
Just because you could.
This is basically like, I feel like crap. But I still thank China for exposing everything. We already knew, especially me as an adult, that we do get overpriced for stuff when we go buy stuff.
Of course.
But just to find out that these shoes right here, I wore these in my intro on my YouTube channel 3 years ago, 4 years ago when I did my first intro, when I first hit 200,000 on my main channel on YouTube, and I paid $1,700 for these.
Oh, you wild as fuck, bro.
I found these online, man. $9.99. $9.99. You know, and I wore these in my intro. And seeing what I'm seeing, how China exposed everything, it just really made me rethink of all the money that I threw away.
I feel it. I feel it, bro. I feel it. I feel
so
it.
as time went on,
I feel it.
I continued to buy more Gucci stuff. I never really bought a Gucci belt or like a Gucci hat or like the Gucci collared shirts. I never bought that type of stuff. But I really fell in love with the Gucci slides. So about a few months after the intro, I went on to buy these, which had became one of my favorite pair of Gucci slides. These were like $450 a few years ago. I found these same shoes in China, $1.57. $1.57 in China. It's a slap in the face, bro.
Yeah, but we know that, Mr. Crier. We know that, fam. We've been knowing that. You know what I'm saying? We've been knowing that. But especially as melanated folks, as black folks, we feel like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Especially when you start to making money, hey, you feel like, I ain't never had it, so I'm going to go get it just because, right? Even though I know I'm getting my ass, I can't say that. I can't say that. I'm going to have to bleep that out. But I know I'm getting my ass took. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this is knowledge that we all knew, fam. We all knew. But I'm so glad that it is coming more mainstream. I'm glad that it hit the mainstream, right? Because you have to know, bro, that the things that you have and the things that you attain are not who you are, right? You can still have all of these things and still be a low value person, still be a shitty person. You feel me? Stop trying to buy things to make you feel better about yourself. Start with feeling better about yourself. Start with realizing who you really are, the God within you, right? The perfection that is within you, the worthiness and deservingness and the unconditional love that is within you and has always been and always will, whether you have a Gucci Prada Louis or whether you have a Target, Walmart, or fucking dollar store, right? That shit does not define you.
You know, throughout my career, as I continue to blow up on YouTube and Facebook and all that stuff, and, you know, I started to make more money, the more Gucci that I wanted. So it became like an addiction to me, wanting Gucci and all that. And so I went on to buy more Gucci slides, you know, and, you know, because, you know, when you on social media, you start making that money, you start leveling up a little bit, you kind of want a little bit more. It's not really to flex up for everybody else. It's really to make yourself feel good. And, you know, like I did a TikTok earlier in the garage, you know, where I was like destroying another pair of my Gucci slides. They were one of the very first pair of Gucci slides that I've ever owned. And those Gucci slides cost me $400 and something when I first bought them. Come to find out, those shoes only cost 97 cents, man. So it's a slap in the face.
That shit is hilarious.
After finding out what I just found out about the U.S.
That's hilarious, bro.
And China, you know, I want to say I'm highly ticked off. I'm highly upset. 3 years ago, I paid $450 for these Gucci slides at the Gucci store.
What happened?
Right here in Houston, Texas. And now China done exposed the fact that these shoes right here only cost 75 cents to produce. You know what? Real Gucci slides.
That shit's fucking hilarious, bro. Bro, that's fucking hilarious. But that goes to show you that value is perception, right? Value is subjective. Hold on, yeah. That goes to show you that value is subjective and value is based off of perception, right? Same thing with, there is no 10s, right? Fellas be like, oh, I want a 10. I want to be with a 10. There is no such thing as a 10, because what's a 10 to you might be a 5 to me. So it's all subjective, right? So like what you like, and like, if you like what you're wearing and you feel good with what you're wearing, wear that shit. Don't wear it because other people are going to validate you because it looks like the thing that you should wear, or it looks like the thing that makes you expensive or makes you valuable. How about you be a valuable person, right? Step into the true nature of who you are, which is your authentic self. When you step into your authentic self and you are true with who you actually are, that's what makes you a valuable person, not the shit that you put on. I'm not saying by any means that you shouldn't go buy gooey. I'm not saying that you shouldn't go buy Gucci, Louis, Chanel, whatever the fuck it is, right? I'm just saying that don't make that who you are. Don't make that shit your personality, right? Be who you are, value who you are without the stuff, okay? So much so that when you put that Chanel on, it's you that makes the Chanel look good. It's not the Chanel that makes you look good. Don't let that go over your head. Be the valuable person that whatever the fuck they put on. If I put on a paper bag, I'm still that nigga, bruh. Can you be that nigga? Or do you feel like you have to put on Chanel to be that nigga? Right?
China, listen. If y'all watching this, China, I have nothing against y'all. I want to personally say thank you. What they did was wrong. 75 cents for Gucci slides. I got about.
Honestly, bruh, we should all just go on Temu, nigga. At this point, they're charging us Louis Vuitton prices when it actually is valued at Temu prices. So in all actuality, we should be shopping on Temu and getting 49-cent flip-flops, 39-cent sneakers. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro.
15 pair of these things in my damn closet. What the hell's going on, man? 75 cents. How much were these to produce?
That shit's
How much
funny.
were these, huh? Were these another one of those famous?
Those are like 2 cents, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I was gonna say $2, but since the Gucci's was like 70-something cents, these gotta be 2 cents, bro. These are like my least favorite. I don't know what these are, but these gotta be 2 cents, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
That
I'm not gonna hold you.
Valentino that only cost 10 or 12 cents.
Oh, 2 cents, bro.
Listen, I'm buying direct now from the manufacturer. I'm gonna start buying manufacturer straight directly.
That's hilarious.
So basically, these are fake.
That's
these
hilarious.
These are basically fake. That's what I'm talking.
I promise we're gonna be done after after Mr. Crier is done. We finna shut off the video, bro.
I'm upset, man. So I've been walking around with fake Gucci slides on the whole time. You mean to tell me I could have just walked into a knockoff store and bought these same Gucci slides for $10 or $12? Nobody would have knew that they was fake.
I'm telling you, bro.
People say it's the quality, but nobody's gonna walk up and say, "Hey, let me feel the quality of your Gucci slides. Hey, let me feel the quality of your Amiri to see if it's real."
I ain't gonna lie though, Mr. Crier. Let me just say this. When it comes to the ladies, they might feel the quality. They might be like, this say Louis Vuitton, but it's feeling like Walmart. I ain't gonna hold you. This feeling like Hanes. You know what I'm saying? But if you a player like I know you are, Mr. Crier, it won't even matter. You feel?
I'm upset, man. China.
That is nigga being extra.
Thank you for exposing.
At this point, just light them on fire, bro. All right.
This is how I feel about these Gucci slides. Thank you again, China. We, as Americans, appreciate you guys exposing the truth. Thank you.
Is that
So
it?
the reason why I'm up late tonight, because
He's
I'm going
back.
through my collection and I'm looking at all the money
Did we just see
that I
that?
spent on all these slides. I probably got 25 pair of Gucci slides.
Okay, it's about to be
And when
done.
I think about the money that I spent on these Gucci slides, I could have started a small business. You know, I could have used that money to really.
He's not lying. And I tell my homies too, I tell them the same thing, right? I tell them the same thing. Could I go buy this and buy that? Yeah, I could. But am I buying assets or am I buying liabilities? When you see and study, not even rich, when you study the wealthy, they will tell you that you want to invest in assets, not liabilities. I'm not trying to say, once again, I want to make it very clear that I'm not trying to say that you don't have a right to go buy what you want to buy. All the Gucci, Louis, jewelry, all of that shit, right? But if you're not buying something that is going to put you in appreciation, right? Then eventually it's going to depreciate, which that's all that liabilities are depreciating things, right? You want assets that are going to appreciate, you feel me? So do you care more about what people think? Do you care that they think that you're broke because you wear the same thing all the time? Or do you think so much that, oh, I already took a picture in this, so I ain't gonna take a picture in that? Do you care about people's validation so much to the point to where you're not gonna put yourself in a better predicament? You're not gonna set yourself up for success. You're not gonna position yourself for success in wealth because you care about what people think about you. You care that, oh, since you're not wearing Gucci, you're not buying jewelry and all of this, right? Do you care so much that they think that you're broke, or they think that you can't do this and do that? Or do you care more about your financial success, your future financial success, right? Are you positioning yourself for wealth? Or are you positioning yourself for failure because you care so much about the validation from others that you're setting yourself back by you're buying liabilities instead of assets, instead of investing in assets? Just some things to think about, you know? Because I could give a fuck what you think, right? I give a fuck, right? Invest in the right things. Invest in the things that are going to appreciate, right? That's all I'm
help
saying.
Somebody in need. And if it wasn't for China exposing the truth, I would have went on with my day-to-day life, not really caring and stuff like that, you know, and just, you know, just continue to support these designers and buy Gucci. But I realized, man, I was supporting nothing but a scam.
The wage?
One thing I can say about Mr. Crier is this, all right? After, you know, seeing his content and things like that, right? One thing that I can say about Mr. Crier that I admire about him is, even though he does wear Gucci and stuff like that, you could tell that Mr. Crier, he'll throw on something that he got from City Trends, right? Some stuff that they'll sell at a flea market, they sell at City Trends. And I'm not trying to put Mr. Crier down at all. I said that I think that that's super dope, that he could give a fuck what you think. Mr. Crier's wearing what he likes. If he finds something that he likes at the flea market, I'm pretty sure he'll still buy it. He don't give a damn, right? So that's one thing that I can commend him on, and I commend you, or I suggest that you do the same. Stop living for other people and live for yourself, man. I'm out this thing. My battery is finna die. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their aunt, your mama, tell their Uncle Joey, still a haul. We'll see you guys in the next motherfucking video, and I love y'all, man. Peace. We out, baby.